Welcome to the Checked Out Podcast, the official podcast of the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. I'm your host, Emma Hunley, and today I'm here with two folks from the Nancy and David Wolfe Holocaust and Humanities Center, Kara Driscoll, Director of Strategic Engagement, and Lauren Karras, Chief Learning Officer. Well, hi, welcome. We're so excited to have you here.
Thanks for having us, Emma.
Thanks for having us.
No problem. All right, so tell us all about yourselves. How did you guys become involved in the Nancy and David Wolfe Holocaust and Humanities Center?
I'll go first. This is Lauren speaking. I have been at the Holocaust and Humanities Center for almost 5 years this June, and I come from public education. So I was a high school social studies teacher for 10 years prior to joining the center. And in 2021, I felt ready to leave the classroom, but knew I wanted to still do something educationally focused. And luck would have it that a position opened up at the Holocaust and Humanities Center. And I joined the team. At that time, it was an education outreach manager position, and so my role has grown over time into a position of leadership as our organization has really grown over the last 5 years since I've been there. And so now I have the privilege of leading our education work, which includes field trips, youth programming, adult professional learning, our Holocaust survivor and descendant engagement, and also Holocaust programming.
History teacher, straight, I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, so I joined the staff of the Holocaust and Humanities Center in 2020. My background is in journalism, and I went abroad and was reporting on the military in Germany. So really kind of got immersed in this history and exploring museums. I wanted to come back to Cincinnati and connected with Sarah Weiss at the time for the first marketing manager position at the center. You know, we've had tremendous growth at the organization. So when I joined the staff, there were, 6 people. And so had, 2 months of normalcy, and then the pandemic hit, and we pivoted to all online programming and engaging with people in that way. And then ever since then, we've had just tremendous growth. So like Lauren, a lot of opportunity to grow within the center. And now I lead our marketing, fundraising, and public events. So there's never a dull moment, and we've got a really fantastic team and do really great work at Union Terminal. And I think we both feel grateful to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
Well, we've heard a little bit of a brief history about you, and we've definitely heard about the growth at the Holocaust and Humanities Center. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the Holocaust and Humanities Centers come to be, like here in Cincinnati?
Sure. Lauren, do you want to talk a little bit about kind of the history of the survivors, and then we can talk about contemporary growth?
Yeah. So our museum and organization was founded in 2000 by local Holocaust survivors. There were predecessor organizations in the 90s that was really focused on Holocaust education and working with teachers. And in 2000, they found a formal organization. We were first at Hebrew Union College in Clifton. Then we were at Rockburn Academy, which is a Jewish day school in Kenwood. And in 2019, we moved to historic Union Terminal. And for us and the Holocaust survivors whose stories that we tell in our museum, that was really a homecoming in many ways, because Union Terminal is the train station where Holocaust survivors arrived via train, taking their first steps through that gorgeous rotunda. I'm sure many Cincinnatians have seen it, towards rebuilding their lives and becoming Cincinnatians and becoming Americans. So we are the only Holocaust museum in the United States that has a positive, authentic connection to the building that we are in. So it is a really special place for us to be. It's also a building where 1 in 5 service members went through that Union Terminal station during the war. And so we also tell the stories of local liberators in our museum as well, who also walked through Union Terminal on their way back from serving in the war. So it's an incredible example of where this very global history has very local implications.
That was incredibly powerful. I'm not tearing up.
And from an organizational standpoint, When we were in Rockwood and even Hebrew Union College, we might have seen a few thousand people come through those versions of the exhibit at that time. So to have the opportunity to come to Union Terminal and have this really unique connection to the space and then grow in such a tremendous way in really 5 years, I think is really remarkable for not only our team to see, but the survivors who are still with us, for our volunteers, our donors who have really seen this incredible institution grow from a tiny engine to something that is reaching a lot of different people throughout the community and partnering with incredible organizations like the library. And so it's a really, I think, powerful time to be a part of HHC.
Definitely. I mean, I've seen the latest, exhibits, billboards all around the Auschwitz, not long ago, not far away. How did that come to be? How have people responded well to it?
Yes, this has been truly kind of a transformative year for the Holocaust and Humanity Center. We just wrapped up the exhibit last month. And this was a unique partnership between Cincinnati Museum Center and the Holocaust and Humanity Center. And really, it's been years in the making that we've talked about bringing this exhibition to Cincinnati. We have incredible partners in Cincinnati Museum Center who worked to show the value of bringing it to Cincinnati. When the exhibitors came through this space and saw this unique connection, I think we all knew we really need to bring this exhibition to our community. We had nearly 150,000 people through the doors in 6 months and did a ton of wraparound programming, and I'll let Lauren talk about some of the work that we've done with students, but truly kind of a once-in-a-generation opportunity to teach Holocaust education to the community. We had people come from all surrounding states to Cincinnati to see this, and so it was really, I think, a meaningful moment for all of us.
It was so cool to be a part of. Like Kara said, it had this regional draw. So we had students coming from 6 hours away, from like the Appalachian part of our state, down to, Paducah, Kentucky, coming through to come to see the Auschwitz exhibition and then also to see our museum. So we worked with the Cincinnati Museum Center to offer combo tours. And so this year we served over 25,000 students. And by comparison, the first year I came to the Holocaust and Humanity Center, we were serving 5,000. Last year we did about 15,000. So a tremendous opportunity for us that we were able to harness with the Auschwitz exhibition in our building. And I'll also just say that to the credit of the curators of Auschwitz Not Long Ago, Not Far Away, which is an international traveling exhibition that is really incredibly done. But to their credit, they let us integrate our local survivor stories into the exhibition, and to the point where we could even alter the audio guide. And so the first voice that you heard on that audio guide was from local Holocaust survivor Werner Koppel, who survived 22 months in Auschwitz. And he arrives in Union Terminal with a wife, a suitcase, and a baby, ready to begin the next chapter of his life. And so when you tuned into the audio guide, you hear Werner's voice and his German accent saying just that I, Werner Koppel, survived 22 months in Auschwitz, and I arrived in this building. And so right immediately, we're centering our visitors in this historic place, right? And that this, the exhibition was very artifact heavy, over 500 artifacts, but reminding folks that this building is actually an artifact as well, right? So you're looking at artifacts within an artifact, which was incredible. It was amazing to be a part of the experience. Like Kara said, we did a ton of wraparound programming for students and adult audiences alike, and really kind of stretched ourselves, and it was really cool to be a part of it.
Well, I've absolutely loved hearing about how the Holocaust and Humanity Center is such a Cincinnati staple, and how you bring those stories here locally. We're going to take a little bit of a break, but afterwards I'd love to hear a little bit more about another local organization. I wonder which one.
I think a good one.
Visit your favorite arts, cultural, and recreational attractions in Hamilton County for free with a Discovery Pass. With your library card, you can reserve a Discovery Pass for 15 local attractions, including the Cincinnati Museum Center and American Sign Museum. Learn more at chpl.org.
Did you know the library offers free printing? Print up to $5 of documents every day for free. That's 20 color pages or 33 black and white pages. Additional pages are only 15 cents a page for black and white or 25 cents a page for color. Learn more at chpl.org.
And we're back with Kara Driscoll and Lauren Karras, both from the Holocaust and Humanities Center. So guys, tell us a little bit why you like the library.
Well, I can start. I love the library because, well, I've always been a library lover, but I have 2 grade school children who love the library. So through osmosis, I now, whereas before having kids, I would order books to the library and like swing in and pick them up. Now I actually really spend time at my local branch. So I live in Northside. So we are at the Northside Public Library a lot. We can walk there from our house. And I love that the library is this kind of like constant presence in the neighborhood that is always this resource that we can just go and hang out and browse, and staff are so helpful. And then if we're feeling adventurous, we can hop on a bus and come downtown and come to this beautiful main branch that is so gorgeous, and the children's area is so beautifully done, and my kids can just spend hours there. So I love the library for, we all love democratization of knowledge and all of those things, and so I love that the library is this asset for all of us, and from young children to adults alike, we can all enjoy it, and it's just a constant in the community.
Well, I think she just said that beautifully. I'm not sure I have much to add, but I feel like often, I think it's called like a third space.
Yeah,
where you
exactly.
go. And we don't have a lot of those anymore where you can go somewhere for free and have access to knowledge and have access to computers and learn something new. And so I think that's such a valuable resource for us all to have. And I think about what the library gives to our entire community. Specifically, I think about a story of one of our recent Upstander Award winners. Her name is Letitia, and she works for Bethany House. And she was formerly unhoused and does a lot of work to help people who don't have housing security right now. And so we had a couple of folks actually come to this library and nominate her for the Upstander Awards using these computers. And so you see that kind of direct connection of, people being able to access the internet, nominate someone that they care about for something, to learn information. And so I think it's just such a core part of Cincinnati, and I just appreciate all that you do.
Well, I love the appreciation shower. I
Keep going. keep doing your good work.
Go on.
Yeah.
Go on. That's great to hear about why you both love the library. I'd love to talk a little bit more about how the partnership with the Holocaust and Humanities Center and the library with the Discovery Pass has, what does that mean? How is it going?
Well, we're so grateful that you all approached us with this partnership. I know that you've had this partnership with Cincinnati Museum Center for quite a while. And so I think I had a couple of conversations a few years ago with my counterpart at the Museum Center, and she said, you absolutely need to do this. And so we've loved being a part of it, and I think it's so incredible that you all are able to give access again to other institutions across the city for folks who want to check out, a pass to HHC. You've all have promoted our free admission in January every year, and so it's, such a gift and a joy to be able to partner with you all on that. And we hope to grow the knowledge around the fact that we are a part of this program. We have low kind of general admission prices in general, but we never want that to be a barrier for folks to come and learn about this really important history. So to be able to be a part of the Discovery Pass partnership, I hope is useful to so many people who might not have even known that we have a Holocaust museum at Union Terminal. So it's been really, really rewarding.
Well, that's great to hear. The Discovery Pass, by the way, each pass admits 2 adults and 4 children for general admission, and you can learn a little bit more on our website under the Discovery Pass section. All right,
Amazing.
Without the plug, what can people expect when they enter the museum?
So our museum was built for secondary students in mind, so that's 6th grade and up. But I always say that what's good for secondary students and kids is generally good for adults too, which means that we meet people where they are as far as their knowledge is concerned. You don't have to be a Holocaust historian to come into our museum and to have a really meaningful experience. We have people with all different levels of knowledge, from scholars to 6th graders, coming through and gleaning something new. So our museum is very story forward, meaning that, when you come, if you ever come on a formal tour of our museum, our docents and educators are really trained to be storytellers first. We want to personalize, localize, and humanize this history for our visitors. And so while we provide the historical context, of course, of this time period, we want people to connect with a local survivor's story. And so you will see that it is very steeped in our local survivor stories. It's very interactive, actually, and tactile. We have a lot of visual arts throughout our museum as well. And while, this is obviously, to state the obvious, a heavy history, and we don't shy away from that, of course. But our museum, people will leave and be like, oh gosh, I was expecting to be completely emotionally wrecked, and I'm actually leaving feeling hopeful. And part of that is because of the perseverance of the survivors who you meet in our museum is really inspiring. And part of that is because we're the Holocaust and Humanities Center, which means we have the second part of our mission. Our mission is to ensure the lessons of the Holocaust inspire action today. And so in our Humanity Gallery, that is where we really challenge our visitors to think about themselves, what are their unique strengths, and how can they use their strengths to show up in a positive way in our community. And so people leave feeling actually, inspired, empowered, and kind of galvanized to go out into the community and put those lessons of the Holocaust into action.
I think oftentimes we hear people who go through the Holocaust Gallery say, well, what would I have done back then? Or if I had been alive at that point, I would do X, Y, and Z. And I think what's really important about our museum and leaves people feeling, having some agency when they leave Union Terminal is we challenge people to not ask what you would have done back then, but what can you do now? You have these character strengths that are innate within you, whether it's creativity or leadership or appreciation of beauty and excellence, that you can use these strengths to help out with an issue that you see in the community or to contribute to a cause that you really care about. And so when we think about that quote from Edith Carter about everyone having an obligation to really contribute to this world, we're hoping to give people kind of the resources and the tools to think about how you can just kind of organically do that as the person that you are.
So we've talked about how are you going to feel no matter what's happening, what time it's going to be. I'd love to hear a little bit more about some specific events that you guys might have coming up.
So many.
Right?
Yes, and as we kind of talked about, this has been really a landmark year for HHC. So our entire team has been running and doing all kinds of fabulous and meaningful programs. And now we are kind of on the eve of our annual Cohen Family Upstander Month, which is every June. This is our 4th year doing it. And it's really such a lift for our team and such an exciting time for the community. So, you know, when we talk about using those character strengths to make a difference, it's this idea of building a community of upstanders. So people who don't stand by when something's happening, but take action, use their strengths to really make a difference. So we've dedicated an entire month to programming around that idea. So we kick off June with Rotunda Yoga and Museum Mindfulness character strength journaling. So you can do yoga in the beautiful Rotunda and then learn a little bit more about your strengths. We have a new partnership with Bethany House where we're cooking dinner for the residents. Volunteers can sign up and learn a couple of new recipes and then give back and hear about Bethany House's mission and all of the remarkable work that they do. We have our Upstander Awards Gala, which, like we talked about, honors everyday people like Mama T, who are just doing incredible work in the community. So we had over 350 nominations this year. We'll have the award winners announced live on June 14th. This year we're bringing in Hamilton Broadway star Daveed Diggs. So yeah, we're excited about that. And so he's going to talk about some of the work that he's done and his really unique identity as not only a Black person, but a Jewish person as well, and that kind of unique intersection of his identity and how that's impacted his work. And then we kind of finalize the month with our Upstander 5K and Family Day. We expect over 100 or over 1,000 runners and walkers to come down to Union Terminal that day. We have Catherine Switzer, who is the first woman ever to run the Boston Marathon, coming into town to lead the race. So we've doubled the amount of events that we're doing in 1 month. We've seen just tremendous growth in the amount of people engaging with these events. And it's just been really inspiring to see the way that everyone has kind of embraced Upstander Month, you know, from FC Cincinnati to Cincinnati Museum Center and all of these really kind of iconic organizations in Cincinnati. So that's next. You can go to our website and register for all of the events. They're all, you know, either free or really reasonably priced. And so we would love everyone to come out and celebrate with us.
Well, those are some incredible events coming up.
Thank you.
There's tons of great growth through collaboration here.
Absolutely.
We're going to take a little bit of a break, but when we come back, we're going to go from talking more about those external collaborations to learning a little bit more about you individually and having some fun. Yeah.
Do you need a private space for studying or a meeting? Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library offers free meeting and study rooms for reservation. Available at most library locations. Learn more at chpl.org.
To expand access to STEM-related learning tools and materials, the library has partnered with the Library Foundation and Dean Regas to circulate 15 telescopes for use by library cardholders. Telescopes are available at 15 locations, and each can be checked out for a 7-day loan period. Learn more at chpl.org.
All right. So let's get to the nitty-gritty of it all.
The important stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
What are you currently reading, watching, or listening to?
I can go first if you want.
Laura can go first because she's probably reading a little bit more than I am right now.
All good. So I am a reader of contemporary fiction for the most part. And I just finished, last month, I read The Correspondent by Virginia Evans, and I absolutely loved it. It is a novel that's written all in letters, in correspondence. And it is incredible at its core. It's about humanity and people people at their best and also people at their worst, and I love books that talk about the full spectrum of our humanity, right? So, and then now I'm reading, which was recommended because I love The Correspondent, Theo of Golden.
I was about to say that that's what I started.
So did you start it?
I'm on chapter 2, and then I haven't read it in like 3 weeks.
Okay, so I have bad news for you.
Oh.
Well, okay, I have 100 more pages left.
Okay.
People have gushed to me about that novel.
Right.
And everyone's like, oh, if you like The Correspondent, you're going to love this.
You didn't like it?
I have found it to be a little slow.
Oh.
But I was talking to my aunt about books over the weekend, and she was like, oh, I loved Theo of Golden and thought The Correspondent was just okay. So I don't know. I would stick with it. It is beautiful storytelling. I just find it to be a little slow. But I'm going to finish it.
Recommended by one of our constituents to me.
Exactly, me too. And so I hope he's not listening.
Yeah.
Oh, he's actively campaigning.
Sorry, yes. Sorry, Ron, but I find it a little slow.
Anita, if you're listening, I promise to finish it.
Yes. Two separate constituents.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
And then I'll just say what I'm watching because it's based on what I read, which is I read this book last year called Margot's Got Money Troubles by Rufy Thorpe, which is so delightful, and it has been made into a TV show starring Elle Fanning.
Oh, okay.
And Michelle Pfeiffer's in it,
I love her.
and Nicole Kidman's in it.
Love her too.
It is such a great cast. It is so well done. Typically, when they make shows about books that I've loved, I don't like the show, but Margot's Got Money Troubles is really good. I think it's on Apple. I don't know. I get them all mixed up. But
you liked
but look it up.
People We Meet on Vacation, right?
Loved it, and I didn't like that book actually that much, but I really liked the movie.
Yeah.
Really? So I read the book.
And you didn't like the movie?
It was fine.
I really liked it.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Emily Henry. We'll shout her out. She's a Cincinnatian.
that's true. I forgot about
Appreciate
that.
her.
For sure.
I thought the book was fine, but I thought the movie was like very fun. I don't know.
I definitely was on vacation when I read it, which I think
Oh,
helped.
yeah.
Probably why I
got the
was
vibe
I feel like
of
I
it.
read that book like in my attic during my kitchen renovation, which like the vibes weren't there for it, and I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know. They didn't match. Like I actually probably would have liked it more if I had read
Read
it.
it on the
Actually
beach.
on vacation, but. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So, and Kara's on chapter 2 of Theo of Golden.
Yeah, I started it, and then like we said, it's been a busy year, so I haven't been great about reading this year.
There's a lot of media. You
Okay.
can say any kind of media you've been
All
playing
right.
around
I
with.
mean, I've been watching the latest season of Hacks on HBO.
It's a good one.
That's a great one. Last season, and I don't know. I'm always listening to Taylor Swift. I was back on my
She
Taylor
is.
Swift game, so probably that.
I'm always listening.
I'm gonna read
to
this
Florence
summer,
and the Machine. This summer is
Yeah,
your,
come July, I'm
Yeah,
gonna be reading
this
books
is it.
again.
I love that.
It's okay.
Okay,
You
thank
can
you.
get back into it.
Yes, yes.
So, let's pivot one more time. What are some books and materials you guys would recommend for somebody who's going to attend or visit any of your events or visit the Holocaust and Humanities Center?
Well, one that I want to immediately shout out is right now we have our Holding Hope photography exhibition at Union Terminal right now. So it's a temporary exhibition here until June 7th, and it features remarkable photos of local Holocaust survivors and quotes from each of them. And so it's a smaller exhibit. It doesn't take too much time to go through, and so recommend everyone come out and see it. And then we have just a beautiful portrait book that goes along with the exhibition. You can put it on your coffee table and peruse it, and so you can purchase that on our website or come in and see it. And it was made by our staff and then photographer Madeline Herdinsky, and it's quite beautiful. So that's what I would recommend.
That's a great recommendation. You know, like I said, you can come into the Holocaust and Humanities Center with little to no content knowledge and be just fine. But I'll for the history buffs listening, and again, this is a sharp left turn from the contemporary fiction that I was just talking about. But if you are like, oh man, I haven't thought about the Holocaust or learned anything about the Holocaust since like freshman world history, when maybe you had me as your high school social studies teacher, I would recommend for kind of like almost like a textbook read, but not. It's faster, it's really well written, it's digestible for general audiences. Doris Bergen's book, War and Genocide, A Concise History of the Holocaust, is really well done and has some great foundational knowledge in Holocaust history. And then, of course, there's so many amazing Holocaust memoirs and Holocaust literature out there. Of course, I'm sure most people are familiar with Elie Wiesel's Night, but if you're looking for something beyond Elie Wiesel's Night, I would recommend Primo Levi's Survival in Auschwitz. Primo Levi was a Italian Jew who was just starting his career as a chemist when he was deported to Auschwitz in 1944 in his early 20s. And his memoir, just like Elie Wiesel's memoir, is very short and concise and readable, but he really approaches it with a scientific mind. He's a scientist, and so the observations that he makes and how he describes what he's going through is just as, beautifully done as Wiesel, but just a completely kind of different angle. So I would recommend that.
Fantastic. And we also have on our website just a list of recommendations of books that we created prior to the Auschwitz exhibition coming to Union Terminal. So you can always shoot us a message and we can send it to you.
Great suggestion, Kara. I forgot about that.
Well, that's so fantastic. And I just wanted to thank you both for coming. Kara,
you.
Lauren, this has been wonderful. You're both fantastic storytellers, and we were so happy to have you.
Thanks for having us.
We appreciate all that you do and all of the ways that you partner with us. So grateful to be here.
Checked Out is a podcast presented by the Cincinnati and Hamilton County Public Library. It is produced by Paul Wellington, sound engineered by Steve France, hosted by Jessica Renato, and supported by the CHPL brand team, as well as the hundreds of library staff across Cincinnati and Hamilton County. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week.